Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my science class. Today, I am going to discuss a very interesting topic of your science book, that is, materials, metals, and non-metals. Today, I am going to discuss the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So, let's start. Before we start discussing the physical properties of metals and nonmetals, just take a look at types of elements in the periodic table. The elements in the periodic table can broadly be classified into three types, that is, metals, non-metals, and elements that border on the amphoteric line shown in green are metalloids. They have characteristics of both metals and non-metals. Aluminium, however, definitely has most metallic characteristics, and boron is mostly non-metallic. Just take a look at some common examples of metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Metals like iron, silver, and gold. Non-metals, carbon, sulfur, red phosphorus. Metalloids, silicon, boron, antimony, and germanium. Physical properties of metals. That is our topic of discussion today. A metal is a material, an element, compound, or alloy that is typically hard, opaque, shiny, and has good electrical and thermal conductivity. Metals are generally malleable, that is, they can be hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking, as well as fusible, able to be fused or melted, and ductile, able to be drawn out into thin wire. About 91 of the 118 elements in the periodic table are metals. So, physical properties of metals are their hard, opaque, shiny, good conductor of heat and electricity, malleable, fusible, and ductile. We will discuss about all these properties in detail. Hardness and density. Metals are generally hard in nature, example iron, copper, gold, etc. Density. Metals have high density, example iron, copper, gold, etc. You can see here Au, that is gold. Latin name of gold is aurum. So symbol is Au, showing the density of gold. Now, why metals are so highly dense and hard? Because atoms in the metals are packed together as closely as possible. You have read in junior classes that there is no intermolecular space between the molecules in the metals. So most metals have a high density because there is a little empty space between the closely packed atoms. You can see the 3D structure of the atomic arrangement of metals, and this is simple 2D structure. Next property of metal is malleability. Metals are malleable, that is, they can be beaten into thin sheets with hammer. You have seen aluminium foil that is used to wrap the food. So, metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Example, iron, copper, gold, aluminium, etc. Gold is the most malleable metal. So, in ornament, we can use gold and can give them any kind of desired shape. Just look at the presentation, malleability of metals. When pressurized, when give pressure, it can be converted into thin sheets. Another physical property of the metal is ductility. Metals are ductile, that is, they can be drawn into thin wires. Example, gold, copper, silver, iron, etc. And lusters. Metal have luster, that means they are shiny. That's why metal used in jewelry is making ornaments. Example, gold, copper, silver, iron, etc. Sonorous. Metals are sonorous. It means it makes sound when hit with an object. Example, bell, strings of guitar, etc. High melting and boiling points. Metals have high melting and boiling points. Melting points means a particular temperature at which solid started to become liquid. A very high temperature is required when metal started to become liquid, because the molecules are very densely packed, so a huge amount of energy in the form of heat is needed to change the state of the metal, and its boiling point, that is the temperature required to change water into vapor, that is liquid into gaseous form, is its boiling points. So metals have a very high melting and boiling point. Here I have taken example of aluminium. See, melting point of aluminium is 90 degree centigrade and its boiling point is 2447 degree centigrade. Conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are very good conductor of heat and electricity. That is, it allow heat and electricity to pass through them easily. Example, gold, copper, silver, iron, etc. Here I have taken a few examples. You can see a simple electric circuit where we have added steel and the bulb is glowing. When wood is added to the circuit, bulb is not glowing. Copper is added to the circuit, bulb is glowing. And glass is added to the circuit, bulb is not glowing. So metals are good conductor of electricity. When added in the circuit, helps the bulb to glow. Similarly, metals are good conductor of electricity. This picture is showing that metals are good conductor of heat. When heat is transported in different part of this metallic stick, you can see that the ball that are attached with it with the wax is fallen down, because wax is melted and balls are fallen down. In this example, this is water and spoon. Suppose you have taken in a bowl some hot water and keep a spoon on there. After some time, if you touch the spoon, you will see it is also hot. That proves that metals are good conductor of heat. So, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. So, if we summarize all the physical properties of metals, metals are malleable, that is, they can be beaten into thin sheets. They are ductile, that is, they can be drawn into wire. Sonorous, making sound, metallic sound when heated, having luster. They are good conductor of heat and good conductor of electricity. I hope all of you can remember this experiments. You have read it in class 7 that we have attached some iron nail at fixed distance with the help of wax, and when we burn this candle, the metallic rod conduct the heat, and slowly one after the another the iron pin will fallen down, because wax attached there will melt. Now coming to the physical properties of non-metal. In chemistry, a non-metal is a chemical element that mostly lacks metallic attributes. Physically, non-metals tend to be highly volatile. That is, they easily vaporized, have low elasticity, and are good insulator of heat and electricity. 17 elements are generally classified as non-metals. Most are gases like hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. One is liquid, that is bromine, and a few are solids: carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, selenium and iodine. So, we will discuss now detail about the physical properties of the non-metals, and side by side we will compare the characteristics with metals. First, non-metals are generally soft, unlike metals were very hard. Non-metals generally have low density. Example, hydrogen, carbon, etc. Malleability and ductility. Non-metals are not malleable, rather they are brittle, breaks easily. They can be obtained in powdered form because they are not malleable. Non-metals are not ductile. Example, silicon, boron, etc. That means they cannot be drawn into thin wire. Non-metals do not produce metallic sound when heated with a hammer. That is, they are not sonorous. Non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Example, bromine, fluorine, etc. Conductors of heat and electricity. Non-metals are generally bad conductor of heat and electricity. Example, iodine, neon, etc. So, we have so far learned about the generalized characteristics, physical attributes of metals and non-metals. Now, we will see the exceptions because we know that exceptions prove the rule. Carbon, in the form of graphite, conducts electricity just like metals. Here is the example. If you add your pencil in a simple circuit, you can see that the bulb is glowing because nib of the pencil is a good conductor of electricity as it is made up of graphite. Iodine is a non-metal which is lustrous and having a shiny surface. So you can see in the picture the lustrous and shining surface of iodine. Metals like lithium, sodium and potassium are soft. They are so soft even can be cut with a knife. Carbon, which is a non-metal in the form of diamond, is extremely hard. Mercury is a metal but liquid at room temperature. So these are the exceptions. Sodium, potassium have low melting point, whereas diamond has a very high boiling and melting point. Lithium, sodium and potassium have low densities just like non-metals. So these are few exceptions that we have to keep it in mind. Thank you.